Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate being emulated on a Galaxy C
In a video game. In a video game.
Yeah, in Minecraft.
In Minecraft. Dude, I do not mess with Nintendo.
Don't mess with us, Nintendo fans. We're not old enough to drive, and if we are, we don't know how.
Fun fact, most Nintendo fans are old enough to be breastfed.
Grass-fed?
Breastfed.
Oh. Most
They're
of them.
babies.
Goo goo gaga. I like Nintendo, but Sega does what Nintendo don't.
True, they always have, man. They had a little
This
rough
will never-
patch in the early 2000s, but man! God, I'm really hoping I can get, like, Shadow Generation soon. My money situation, as of today, has changed, so I have no idea when I'll be able to get it.
Let's see, I can get
Curses.
Gossamite, or... Where do I get that from?
What is it? I'd say that Gravios also, like, falls into the same camp as Iodrome with just having way too much health. Now, in, like, in any other
I
game...
did it at Heaven's Mount. Okay.
In any other game, this would be, like, what are they called? Like... What's, like, the Grim Reaper-looking mofos in, DMC3?
I don't know.
They have, like, way too much health. Whatever it is, people complain about them. In any other game with an enemy that has way too much health, that's, like, a thing you can, like, just go ham on. Go all out. But this is Monster Hunter, so there's not gonna be any of that. Silly.
Goofy ass, silly ass, fucking...
Just careful.
looking ass.
Just hope that, I don't get...
Yeah, well, if you do, then...
I'll explode into flames.
It's not like you're making any money off this channel anyway.
Correct, I just get really annoyed, with, like... things being censored for no reason. Look, and I'm not just talking about YouTube.
I hate the fact that this food item, this ingredient, is called hairy tuna.
Oh yeah.
What does that mean?
It just
Street
makes
vendor, what are you feeding me?
it just makes me think of like the Le Fichi alla Cioccolata from like years ago.
It's a deep cut, bro.
Unnecessary censorship is funny in, you know, funny circumstances. It's not funny outside of that. Looking at, like, multiple books that have been banned from schools for having, like, slightly sensitive subject matter.
Me, when the book about, like, what to do if a grown-up touches you inappropriately gets banned, so you don't know what to do.
Real.
Because the pearl-clutching Christian moms and the
Whoa,
PTA
careful,
are like,
careful.
"Oh!" Well, I'm just telling it how it is, bro. No other group does that shit.
Actually, you're right. Yes, we're filthy humanitarians that are on the side of humanity. Get mad about it.
Disgusting. Disgusting woke globalists.
Ultraman is based in humanity appealed.
Superman.
Superman, Ultraman team up win.
I mean, there is, like I mentioned, the evil version of Superman in the
It's
DC
called
canon
Ultraman. I'm
is
talking
called Ultraman.
Ultraman.
The real Ultraman. It's
Yeah.
the real Ultraman. From Tokusatsu. That's what he's from.
I will not tolerate this behavior, Vincent.
Ultraman from Toku.
Thinking about that one post of, like, I sentenced you to life without tokusatsu. He fucking attacks the judge.
Ooh, I got an armor sphere plus. Fucking finally. That one just kind of slipped out. My bad. I'm here in Heaven's Mount.
I don't know, it doesn't look too heavenly.
Well, it's just close to heaven. It's so high in the sky.
Oh hey, look, an angel!
Shigaru Magala.
Shigaru Magala!
Rendabulos.
Oh my god, it's the Angel of Light!
Delta Rune.
What? No.
From the Delta Rune. Undertale. Nude Alert.
What?
Undertale. Deltarune. Nude Alert. All have the same letters. They're anagrams.
The more I talk to this man, the more I just
The less
became,
I want to.
The more this man would talk to me, the more I just became confused and confused.
I became angry.
It's
and
like he
confused.
spoke in riddles.
Every word just made me more and more frustrated. I couldn't take it anymore.
Bad ending.
I bashed his head in with a rock.
Dude, I love Cain and Abel. I like the part where he bashes his brother's head in with a rock.
Kane from Marvel Comics. Kane Parker.
They did not put Cain and Abel in Marvel Comics.
Well, I mean, it's spelled funny. It's spelled all edgy, but Peter Parker's evil clone is named Kane. Kaine.
Does he bash Parker's head in with a rock?
It would be funny. He has a thing called the Mark of Cain, where he fucking uses his sticky hands to rip people's faces off.
Well, dude, you don't need to do that. This is Spider-Man.
Well, he's a clone.
Okay.
And he's not evil anymore. He's just like an anti-hero now.
Okay, this is just, I think this might just be a me thing, but I've always been, like, really annoyed with the fact that, like, for example, like, the PS4 games, I'd say that's, like, an acceptable amount of, like, dark stuff with, like, like, criminals and whatnot, they cause, like, actual, like, terrible, terrible things to people. And then you go to the comics and you find, like, oh, Green Goblin did what with Mary Jane?
Yeah.
It's like,
pretty sure
what?
Past got retconned, thankfully, but
speaking of which, it sounds like
had to.
Paul is just a self-insert.
I don't know, man. He's just there to. He's just there. We don't talk about him. Go read Hickman's Ultimate Spider-Man. It's pretty decent.
Why did they feel the need to have him date Mary Jane in front of Spider-Man constantly?
Because Spider-Man's not relatable unless he's a single man-child living with his mom.
Dude, dude, the PS4 game, like, the first one, like, it was fine. Like, I liked that.
Yeah, well, that's not 616, baby.
Oh my god. Dude, I loved that approach. I also miss his whole face design. Like,
I don't mind the new one anymore.
That's the Peter Parker I relate to the most.
I don't hate the whole face. I remember being miffed when they got rid of it, but I do think the new one is fine. Possibly even better.
For me, it's just, he just looks too young.
Yeah, I can see that. The old one didn't really look too much like Peter from the comics either, to be fair.
I guess.
I'm a 70s Spider-Man fan. Shout out to my Coffee Bean Gang art enjoyers. Shout out to Harry Osborn overdosing on drugs.
Okay, man. This just gave me that was, like a flashback to...
That was back when the stories of Spider-Man comics, actually meant something. Your forte is stealing. Okay. I'm going to give you a very inappropriate name. Oh, no, just kidding.
What?
You say you like to steal, huh? Fascinating. You like my G-Man?
Consider the idea of, like, crazy. You literally threw the wyvern blast, like, in the opposite direction of the monkey. Like, he was on the ground.
Oh, whetstone.
I don't mean to be rude, but he was like on the ground.
Why, I just thought it would be a good idea.
I'm trying my best, okay?
Alright, alright.
Gil's not giving me enough points to put up with you.
Crazy, I let you keep all of the items that you find.
What's up, man?
What is it? Idea, new Spider-Man thing, but it's like... It does like the -1 approach of having like... what's it? It's like a different kind of retelling of like, you know, like the 60s or 70s Spider-Man, you know, when he just came out.
It came out? Hey, yo. Just kidding, I know woke Spider-Man, I'm gonna drown! No, I would say that my ideal Spider-Man adaptation is a mini-series that adapts some of the 70s stuff. I would say, like Green Goblin's Last Stand, and like maybe even a little bit of Harry Potter, Potter? No, Harry as Green Goblin, but the way they did it in the comics.
Yeah. What was the way they did it in the comics again? It was like drugs or something? Yeah,
Harry's drug struggles, which they got pretty close to it. They got pretty faithful. I mean, they adapted that as faithfully as they could get away with in Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah. God, I love Spectacular Spider-Man. Aside from the PS4 one, Spectacular, that's my favorite. And Tobey Maguire, like, right next to... I love all those three so much.
I like Andrew. Specifically in the first one, I think that's the closest any adaptation has gotten to accurately portraying how big of a dick Peter Parker is supposed to be.
Yeah. I like how people were finally, like, given, like, an accurate Peter Parker, and they hated it.
Yep.
Like, yeah, this is what you wanted!
Andrew is honestly more accurate as a Peter than Toby, which I love Toby, but people are like, oh, Toby was a more accurate Peter. Not really. He was too much of a pushover.
He's not accurate at all. He's, I just like him. He's got... I just like those Sam Raimi movies.
He's not inaccurate, and he did have, like... What you gotta get right about Peter Parker is that guy is full of rage. Hello? Why is my fucking controller...
Which, I understand, like, the criticisms of No Way Home. I really like how they touched on that. With, Tom Holland's Spider-Man. And at the same time, like, considering him being, like, kind of the, you know, sort of like the little one of the crew. Him also, like, having this much, like, balled-up anger from
my controller just died on me? It's plugged in.
Oh, that's... what?
Hold on, I can't even, like, do anything.
The hell?
There we go. Okay, it just came back on. I don't know what the hell just happened.
But yeah, that Spider-Man, like, they touched on it, and I don't know, he just kind of strikes me as someone that really would, like, hold in everything. And then in that final act, that's when he kind of snaps.
Yeah. Oh wait, there's a Rathalos flying around in Heaven's Mount near the base. You can see him.
I like the idea of Spider-Man being a grown-up man, living his best life.
Read Ultimate Spider-Man by John Hickman, the new one. You might not get it at first because it's part of a big multiverse event, but that doesn't mean the story is not like super related to the multiverse.
Alright, I like that. That's like
the only thing is that it's like the premise is that Ultimate Reed Richards is evil, and he created a universe where he went back in time and prevented everybody from becoming superheroes. And now they're all later in life having to become superheroes. So it's like a Peter Parker who's already married and has kids, now taking on the mantle of Spider-Man.
Damn, Reed Richards, if that's all you did to stop them from becoming superheroes, you did a shit job.
Yeah, he just took the spider away.
So what did he do in the new one?
Peter Parker just doesn't get bit.
Oh.
He goes through his whole life as an adult, but then Howard Stark learns about the original Ultimate Reed Richards being evil, and he tries to fight him, then he dies, and then his son Tony takes on the responsibility of making sure everybody who was supposed to get superpowers in the original timeline gets them, even if it's late.
Damn, all this talk you've been giving me recently really is tempting me back into looking again at Spider-Man stuff.
Comic books.
I'm holding back. But
hold me back, man. Hold me back.
But damn if it isn't enticing. Yeah, I remember now. As a kid, I was like, this is stupid. I would try not to talk about such things because I was a big boy and felt the superheroes were childish.
I understand that, though.
By the way, I was in, like, 4th grade, I think.
Of course.
Or was it 5th grade? It was at the time when Age of Ultron came out.
That's kind of the time when you're, like, most likely to be like, oh, I don't like that little baby stuff anymore, because you don't want people to think of you as a kid anymore.
Yeah.
Even though you're really, really still a kid. But, like, 5th and 4th grade, like, when you're turning 12 and 13, that's when it starts.
Yeah. And then, like, a decade later, nothing has changed.
Yep.
I spent, like, the entirety of middle school, like, repressing all the tokusatsu, all the shit, and then finally just... What, Velkana? In the Sandy Plains? What are you doing here? You just dragged something. Just hear the sound.
Yeah, that's dragging my nut.
What are they made out of metal?
Adamantium nut.
Wolverine.
Just like Wolverine.
God, I'm so tired. I am not focusing at all on this hunt.
Wolverine.
Infinite foreskin.
Just keeps growing back.
It keeps devolving further and further. Oh god, I just had a flashback. Dude, I can't believe the Ultimate Spider-Man game just straight up let you, like, eat a kid as Venom.
Yeah, shit was crazy.
How was that allowed back then?
You get to play as Venom in Spider-Man 2 for like 5 minutes.
Only 5 minutes? You know what? It's fine.
Pretty much only 5 minutes. I mean, like, it's probably a little longer than that, but it's like a very short segment. It only happens once.
You know what? Shadow of the Colossus gets away with that shit, so fine, I'll accept it. Where you get even less time to be a kaiju.
Hold on, let me see how actually I'll look up like a Spider-Man 2 Venom
Yes,
game.
I beat him. It's been like, I'm assuming 20 minutes or something.
Yeah.